Hi everyone, welcome to the Movie Section Show. My name is Fariba, and tonight we're about to watch Ahsoka episode 4, which means we're now getting to the halfway mark for the series, which is really insane because, again, it just had started, although, of course, on its premiere day, we actually had 2 episodes, so that's probably why it feels as if things have been going by pretty quick, but it hasn't really, or at least not as of yet. But hopefully, going into episode 4, we start to see a lot of the big stuff starting to kind of, to come central forward, to really come together, starting to see the show, really start to get into the big parts of the storytelling, because again, by this point, we should really start to see them, the actual storytelling progressing. So far, at least with the last 3 episodes that we've gotten, it definitely seems as if there's been a little bit of, focus on the exposition, trying to introduce the characters, trying to introduce kind of the threat, and trying to blend everything together so that, it starts to really get down into the big moments of the storytelling, which is, again, we all know it's going to be regarding about, Thrawn, whether or not they're going to be able to find him, and in extension, Ezra Bridger. So there are definitely a lot of things to keep an eye on going into kind of the latter parts of the season. And now that we are getting to the halfway point, hopefully we'll start to see kind of a lot more of the story to really break down and, really getting to the gist of what the storytelling is supposed to be. Now, of course, the one question is going to be, are we going to start to see more of Ahsoka becoming a far more central character? Because, again, the show is titled Ahsoka, right? So we would think that a show about, Ahsoka will be focused on Ahsoka. I know there was a little bit of that criticism of the first 2 episodes. So I think the last episode at least kind of, started to really kind of sway a little bit onto Ahsoka as, the central figure of the show. And hopefully we'll start to see that kind of, becoming more of a trend going into more of the final episodes for the series. Of course, again, I think the last time that, the episode had ended, we saw Ahsoka out in space, single-handedly fighting off Sinhati and the TIEs that were outside. Of course, her ship is now broken down. It definitely has some damages as a result of the impact from, I believe it was Morgan Elsbeth when she was shooting all those blasters at them. We're still seeing Sabine hasn't really gotten the gist of her training yet, although she's trying to get there. But now the big question again is going to be what's going to happen moving forward. I know the big question, of course, is will they find Thrawn? And of course, an extension, Ezra Bridger, which again gives off the vibes of this being a Rebel season 5. But of course, I think the way that the last episode ended, I had predicted that, the episode we're going to have tonight, we're probably going to have a pretty big duel between Ahsoka and Baylan Skoll, and I'm assuming that's going to be the case here. Are we gonna see Anakin? Because I know in the trailers they mentioned Anakin. That's very highly questionable. I can't really say for sure. There definitely has been some rumors that it's going to be episode 5 that we might see Hayden Christensen reprise his role as Anakin Skywalker. As to whether or not that is it's reputable, it's or reliable in any sense, I can't really say, but we'll see. Again, I think it's too soon to really bring in Anakin right now. I think episode 5 makes sense for him to make any sort of appearance. I already gave my predictions on any chance of him appearing in the show, whether it be in a flashback sequence or in a sense of him as a Force ghost. It could be either one of those cases, or I don't know. We'll see how they try to really execute that whole idea of bringing Anakin back, but I think that basically, pinpoints everything I had to say. So without further ado, let's get right down into Ahsoka episode 4.
I fear we face a difficult choice. Which is, if we can't make the journey to find Ezra, then no one should.
Oh, ballsy.
Might have already. He'd be stranded out there.
That's not good.
Master?
Let's get underway soon.
Is that a note of fear in your voice?
Interesting. I swear, Balon is a very interesting character. He is very perceptive, if you know what I mean by that. But yeah, no, Balon's a fallen jet. What does that mean? Is that supposed to imply Balon? I feel like that's an implication of Balon, because he used to be a Jedi, right? And then he's not, and turned to evil. Is she missing her lightsaber? No, she has her lightsaber, okay.
Good. Should I be? What? Worried?
Nope.
We have to do what's right, regardless of our personal feelings.
That is the Jedi way.
You really believe that? The mistakes are...
Finally, something.
I'm concerned about Huyang. Oh man, at least protect Huyang. For goodness sakes. Huyang, just go inside. Just go inside. Please, for the love of God. Ah! No, Huyang!
Help! Help! Help!
Someone help Huyang! I mean, Ahsoka should at least sense that. Oh, mofo. Well, that's at least supposed to alert them.
He wouldn't.
Oh, she knew! She knew! Oh. Go! What a save. So, they've been spotted.
Stay together. You always did better that way, in my opinion.
We better get moving. Together.
Oh, very good.
It's a very simple request.
Do nothing, Lieutenant.
But you can't leave without authorization.
Watch me.
She's part of the ghost
Meeting
crew.
of the
Come on.
general staff. What do I tell them?
You'll think of something.
You'll think of something.
Thanks for joining the party, Carson.
Wouldn't miss it, General. You know,
Carson.
You know how it is. Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Interesting. So,
Have faith.
Faith. I lost that a long time ago.
oh shit. Dang, this guy's dark. And makes him very interesting. He's a very interesting character. He's someone who's very, very honest. Like, I like that. I love the score, by the way. I just love that score.
Going somewhere?
It's so foreboding. Oh, this is gonna be a fair fight. Slow and focused. I love it. Yo, she wasting the blasters. Oh shit. Oh, they're about to. Oh, okay. Oh shit. That was fucking close. Oh god. The Grand Inquisitor will be so proud, right? You're barely getting it. Let's be honest. But oh shit, Shanna's upset. She pissed. Oh my god.
You will regret this decision.
Shit. See, we're getting the fight. We're getting the duel. We're getting the duel between Baelon and Ahsoka. This was from the trailer. This is from the trailer. This is clearly from the trailer. We all knew this guy. He's so nonchalant. He is so nonchalant. Oh my
Anakin spoke
god.
highly of you.
He knows Anakin.
Interesting. He never mentioned you.
Oh dang.
Everyone in the Order knew Anakin Skywalker. Few would live to see what he became.
True.
Surely that must leave a mark. Is that why you walked away? Abandoned him?
This is getting personal.
I'm not here to discuss my past.
The only reason I'm here is to secure the future.
For you,
Something far greater.
That score, man. Oh shit, she's without a say. Ooh, Mandalorian gear! Holy shit! Oh! Did she use the Force? Did she use the Force? Did she just use the Force?
you have no power.
Oh, damn. Hey! Especially a Mandalorian, though.
Your legacy, like your master's, is one of death and destruction.
Damn, you did not mince those words. No.
It didn't need to come to this. But you know.
There's no way Ahsoka is down, right? There's just no way. It's Ahsoka.
You should do
Try.
as your... I know that's what's holding you back.
Oh, hell no.
Your family died on Mandalore because your master didn't trust you. It's the only way.
Don't be stupid.
Do it. For Ezra.
Where's Hera? God damn.
Shin, release her.
This is Fulcrum. We are down on the surface of Cetos. Repeat, we are down. Can you send assistance? Over.
Copy, Yang. We're already here.
Yeah. Kind of like 5 minutes a little late.
What can you tell me?
The enemy has built a massive hyperspace ring. Do not let it escape.
Where are Sabine and Ahsoka?
They are.
No one will be following us.
They're actually very smart people.
I don't think they're sticking around for a fight.
Yeah, they're gonna go hyperspace, my dudes.
Carson, are you reading this?
That's a tremendous surge in power.
It's the hyperdrive. They're gonna jump.
Oh, come on.
I got a bad feeling.
Well, he's force sensitive for sure. That's it.
Didn't expect to see you so soon.
There's Anakin! So that was episode 4 of Ahsoka. Oh man, can I just say how much I absolutely love this episode. I think this is the best episode so far in the series. This is definitely the one where you really got a lot of turning points. You got some really big moments, some really just choreographed, amazing fights. And then of course, the ending. I mean, God, I am so, I just like, I'm like so speechless right now to even express how I'm feeling right now in this moment. I mean, it is just incredible. So yeah, let's get right down into the end of that episode, right? So, as I said before, like there was definitely this, we were all basically, kind of positive, 100% positive that, Hayden Christensen was going to reprise his role as Anakin Skywalker. We all knew it was going to happen. Actually, I've known for quite some time because something accidentally happened back at my MechaCon where they initially had like a duo photo with Rosario Dawson and Hayden Christensen, and then they immediately had to remove it because I think it kind of spoiled the fact that there was going to be, Ahsoka cameo from Hayden. So I kind of already knew that this was going to happen. It was kind of a small slip up that happened back in my MechaCon, but oh my God, we all knew this was going to happen. We're finally getting the big moment between the big moment between Anakin and Ahsoka after so many years. Wow. I mean, I could not have imagined a better way for them to really have this reunion in the way that they had it here. I can imagine. I mean, of course, we're going to probably see more of this in episode 5, just their interaction, their conversation, kind of how they're, about to, I guess in their sense, like trying to catch up with how things have been since, the Galactic Empire had fallen. So definitely going to be a big moment going into episode 5, of course, just to see those moments, and just how they're going to communicate. Of course, like I would imagine that a big part of it's going to be, Anakin is probably going to give her the talk, you know, trying to, in some way, trying to influence her, trying to give her some wise, you know, sort of advice, I guess, and then probably get her back into the real world and try to figure out the whole situation with Thrawn, of course. But man, you could not have asked for a better way to have this moment. I mean, I'm assuming they're kind of in like the spiritual world of like the Jedi, you know, universe where, you know, where a lot of the people, anybody who has, you know, fallen or passed away as a Jedi would probably be at, which of course, like I figured it was going to be the case. There was going to be at least some sort of that. So the fact that they kind of, when the whole kind of the Force goes in a way, but not really the Force goes, but more so the spiritual realm. I mean, that's, I feel like that's a really cool way to do it. And again, just to see Hayden just again as Anakin Skywalker, and the one where, and you know what's really funny is that he's wearing the same outfit from, you know, Return of the Sith. So it's like so before his transformation as Darth Vader, of course. So the fact that he's in that getup, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better way to really set up this big moment. Just the costume, the hair, Hayden Christensen. I mean, you could not have asked for a better way to set up this moment. So I absolutely am like, I'm just absolutely dying over this moment. So again, we're finally getting what we all wanted. This reunion, this big reunion between Ahsoka and Hayden and Anakin Skywalker. So wow, I cannot wait for the next episode. We're gonna probably see more of that, of course. Heck, we're probably gonna see more of Hayden moving forward, or it could just be that, you know, he's just there for, you know, this episode, of course, like the ending of it, and then the next episode, and that's probably gonna be it, and that's just gonna be like his cameo, I guess. We'll see how that all goes, right? So, but yeah, what a moment, what a way to set that up. Man, I'm absolutely, I just cannot right now. So, yeah, so so we got that, of course. So I cannot wait to see just more of that development going into the next episode. Of course, like again, it's not just this moment. I think the episode alone was really good. Just moving forward, there's a lot of progression with storytelling. We start to really see kind of a lot of, you know, a lot of thrills, a lot of this kind of suspense of they have to retrieve this map, making sure that that they don't locate Thrawn's location. Of course, the fact that, you know, probably their only option at this point, if it gets to, is that they have to destroy the map before they complete the search or the full analysis of, you know, where that map would lead to. And so, and again, like it was kind of foreshadowed that there's a part of Sabine who probably wasn't going to move forward with that whole plan. So that was something that we kind of already got the gist of. At least I was kind of getting the impression that was going to be the direction, kind of the foreshadow of what's going to happen by the end of the episode. But yeah, I mean, just for one thing, again, the fight sequences, I mean, those were incredible. Just to see again the sheer skill that Ahsoka has. I mean, that is just undeniable. I mean, she is someone who really knows how to fight. So I mean, yeah, those are some really incredible fight sequences that we saw. Her and again, the ones between her and the guy with the mask, and her and against Balon. I mean, again, some of the most well thought out choreography for the fight sequences. I mean, you could not ask for better. Even the sequence between Shin and Sabine were really good too. I think the fact that we actually see Sabine being far more comfortable with more of her, you know, weaponry that she is more capable of using, just to see how that worked out better in her favor. That, you know, using the lightsaber where she still is not very skilled at using. I mean, that was a pretty, you know, great way to kind of see that contrast again from what we saw in episode 1 to now. And then again, just to see kind of how, even though she is still not a skilled Jedi as of yet, her Mandalorian self is still something that she still holds very dearly, and that has really played a part for her, and, you know, basically saved her life with her, you know, armor. So again, some really great fight sequences, a lot of suspense going into the episode, knowing that, you know, there's a lot at stake. You know, if they find Thrawn, that means that they found the heir to the Empire, and therefore there's going to be another war that's going to issue, and therefore it's going to put the galaxy in really huge danger. And again, you couldn't have thought of a better way to really set this up. Again, in a sense, like if you think about this episode, it definitely kind of feels like a smaller scale version of Empire Strikes Back. What a really great way to kind of just describe it. But it does feel like the Empire Strikes Back of Ahsoka, because I mean, it doesn't go in everyone's favor. We see that in this one battle, the villains have won. But we'll see again how things progress when we get to the end of the end of the series, as just to see again how things progress. I mean, there's gonna be a point where probably Ahsoka, Hera, and the rest of the rebels are able to stop Thrawn, or who knows what's gonna happen again. Like, again, I think there has been some rumor going on that Thrawn's gonna be the villain for not just the series, but also like kind of moving forward with the whole Mandalorian show that we have. Apparently, again, we have that Mandalorian movie that we're going to have at some point. That, again, for some reason, or not for some reason, but that a lot of what's happening now in Ahsoka and Mandalorian and what we saw in Boba Fett slightly are probably going to lead up to that Mandalorian movie. And so again, that whole idea that Thrawn could be the villain has been really speculated at this point. So it might not have a really happy ending, but we'll see how that all goes, of course. But again, I mean, this definitely felt like the Empire Strikes Back of Ahsoka. That's the best way to describe it. The action scenes were spectacular. The suspense was there. The incredible way to set up that ending between Ahsoka and Anakin is just, yes. And not just that, but again, the villains are so interesting. Like, just to see how perceptive Balon is, someone who's very honest. Like, he's not so full of himself, but he's so very aware of his surroundings, and he doesn't try to show himself as someone who's above everyone, or again, he's someone who's very, reserved in his own, sort of skill sets, and knowing that, again, he used to be a Jedi once, and then just, again, kind of having a lot of this tinkle of, like, this judgment of him. It's just like, you gotta give props to the way that they're really setting up these villains. Like, I mean, it's just really thought out. They're very interesting. They definitely have a lot more of a personality to them than just being the villains, of course. Like, there's actually something far more, interesting about them in terms of their nature, the personalities, kind of how they really think about the world. And it's not just with Balon, we're seeing with Shin as well. Like, again, this show has really done such a great job of setting up these characters, and we get to see more of them here. Like, again, kind of how they are in action and how they respond to kind of a threat, whether it be Ahsoka or Sabine, or the fact that they have this map and they really have this, they have this goal in mind to find Thrawn, and what it means for them and their future. So again, what a really well thought out episode. I think the developments could not have been any more better. Again, I think considering the fact that a lot of people were, I wouldn't say a lot of people were mixed about episode 3. I know I said that I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I know a lot of other people absolutely loved episode 3. Especially if they, were really dedicated fans of Rebels and Clone Wars. But I think for this one was a really true big moment. It's really just a turning point of the series so far. I cannot wait to see how things are going to move forward. Again, we do see Hera was a little bit late, 5 minutes late. Who knows whether or not they're going to find Ahsoka, because that's probably going to be the big question moving forward. Like, how is she going to come back? How are they going to get Ahsoka back into, the actual, reality, the real world, and, handling the whole situation with Thrawn, and the fact that, Sabine is now, Morgan Elsbeth's prisoner. There's going to be questions about that. Probably that means that we're going to see Thrawn, maybe Ezra in the next episode. Who knows? That's probably going to be the biggest question going into the next few episodes moving forward. Like, are they going to find Thrawn? Are they going to find Ezra? What does this mean moving forward? What's going to be their next move? But yeah, no, this is a really great turning point for the series. I've never felt this, like, great about how, not just any sort of episode for Star Wars, but just about any show I've seen so far when it comes to Disney Plus shows. Like, I feel like this is definitely the one that has really kind of rejuvenated my excitement for a series, especially in the middle of the series. I think that's just what is really important. I have to, like, really kind of be expressive about it, is that, I've never felt like so hyped after this episode, and we're only like midway through the series, and by episode 4, we're really kind of getting to some really big developments of the story, kind of getting to the suspense of it. Things are really starting to take a big turn for everyone. Again, there's no other way to really compliment the series so far. I'm absolutely loving it. I think this episode's right now the peak so far. I don't know how they're gonna, maintain this momentum. But I hope that we get to see a lot more. Like, if this is where we are right now with this episode, I can imagine how the last 4 episodes are going to be like. But yeah, no, I think that's all I have to say about Ahsoka episode 4, because I think, again, I think I've mentioned everything. Like, again, the cameo, the fight sequences, the suspense. I mean, this episode had everything, and I don't think there's any way to just describe it. I think this is definitely one of my favorite episodes out there in terms of the Star Wars series. But yeah, that just makes me so much more hyped for the last 4 episodes. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Ahsoka episode 4. What are your thoughts about, I guess you can say the mid episode or the mid series episode, who knows? But we're basically now halfway through the series now. Having now seen this, what are your thoughts about it? What do you think about your impressions about the episode so far? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you think that this is definitely kind of the peak of not just Ahsoka, but just about any sort of Star Wars content that we've had in a while? What do you think about the fact that, do you agree with my assessment that this is kind of the Empire Strikes Back of, Ahsoka? Like, I feel like this is how I feel about it. What do you think about the fight sequences? I thought they were amazing. I think so far the fight sequences have been incredible. They've been well choreographed. I think this is definitely one where it really kind of has been, going up a notch on just really putting in the action. As well as the fact that, again, the big moment, we got to see Anakin Skywalker return in some form, of some way. What do you think about that? What are your theories moving forward, knowing the developments that have happened? For one thing, of course, they've now figured out where his location is. So what does this mean going forward? Are they going to find Thrawn? Are they going to find Ezra? What does this mean about Ezra? The fact that, there was kind of this theory that Ezra was that guy with like this, the spinny lightsaber. What do you think about that? I think that Baseline has debunked that. So if that's not the case, then where is Ezra, right? Is Ezra still alive? Let me know if you have any other thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to like and subscribe.